Uh-oh. You know what that means. Problems. I've had fuel problems with this thing for the last 2 days. The engine that I put the Lucas oil in is sitting right there. So you can see that the Lucas oil quieted down, but the rod did snap again, so that crankshaft shot in the rod shot, but everything else is good. I didn't puncture the crankcase or anything. But that was the original engine, so now I got this other Kohler engine in it, and there it fits right in there, but it's starving for fuel. I had this higher grade fuel pump in there. Usually you get the ones with no screws and you can't take them apart or anything. But from what I hear, you can't even buy parts to rebuild these, I don't know. But anyways, that, after I put it in this, the first day, it ran perfectly. It didn't start for fuel or anything. That fuel pump put plenty enough in the carburetor. So next day comes, try to start it up, runs like a top, and then dies out. So I'm like, okay, it's not getting fuel. And after the entire day of trying to do different things, you know, whatever, it still wouldn't work. Because what I did was I actually drilled a hole into the valve cover. You can see that down there. Into the valve cover, and then put some gasket maker on it so that we'd have a nice tight seal. And that didn't do it. So what I did was I, you know, try to plug this up and just use the original one that went to the air filter, and that didn't do it either. And then I tried a different pump, and that didn't work either. So I got so sick of it, I'm about to drill a damn hole in the crankcase. I'm going to use the fuel pump off of this thing, and as you can see, there's just maybe a 3/4 inch hole. The biggest drill bit I have is 1/2 inch, but that should be plenty because the dipstick thingy is only like not even as thick as my pinky, so it should fit right in there. So here's the adapter, and as you can see, it's not drilled. So I'm going to drill that out myself. There were 2 videos on YouTube I could never find. One, somebody actually putting their own fuel pump on an overhead valve lawnmower, not just replacing it, because everybody knows how the hell don't you know how to replace a fuel pump? You just plug it in, whoop-de-doo. But I tried to find one with somebody drilling a hole in the valve cover, and I didn't find that. And I did that myself because I had the guys up at the shop tell me to do that, but that didn't work. I don't know if it doesn't have enough horsepower, enough, you know, vacuumage, I don't know. And the other one was the one I'm about to do, is I'm actually going to drill into the crankcase. So I have my drill, my 1/2 inch bit. I got a vacuum cleaner because I already got this this engine mounted on here, and I'm not taking it all apart to get down into here and, you know, drill it and clean it all out. I'm just gonna drill it and just have suction pulling the bits out. I'm gonna drill the first little bit without the vacuum. You can tell I never used this bit before. It's chewing right through it. So now I'll get the vacuum and we'll drill the rest of it out. Okay, I actually dug a trench into this piece. I'm sure my mother's gonna hate me. I'm sure she's gonna kill me. But that way I can get a little bit more suction going. So now I gotta take this top cover off so I can get my fuel pump out, because there's like a fuel line that runs right through there. 10 years later, nothing has changed other than the plastic on the flywheel. I got it all rigged up. Couldn't take my brake line switch off. And I got my previously drilled line plugged with a bolt there. Got my gas line on, got my magneto back on. Also got my my line that goes from the valve cover to the air filter. And now I just have to put the cover back on. I have the spark plug out of the engine. I'm going to give it a couple cranks to get the fuel going. I drained the oil just in case I did get a couple shavings into the oil and put new stuff in there. So now we're going to take it outside and give her a go. Got the 3-wheeler back, gonna start working on that sucker. So far, so good. Runs like a top. Now I'll just have to take that valve cover off and JB weld that hole I did. But it looks like the fuel pump worked awesome. I mean, it's not starting for fuel at all. It's throwing it right into that carb. So this thing's ready to go. Like I said, Lucas, it doesn't machine the crank, so it's perfect. It just quiets the knockdown, but you're still getting that damage in there. But that's how you solve one of the many problems that John Deere has. 3D Machine's out.